Hey Bayek, it's me Ian, and in today's video, well, I'm continuing my series of looking through my 4K and Blu-ray collection. And now we are at the 9th shelf, and this is part 9. So, yes, without further ado, as they say, let's get on with it. Okay, so the first one I'm picking up here is House of the Long Shadows. What a great cast. Absolutely fantastic, this. There's the back. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. And then the theme continues with, well, an anthology series. Yes, The House That Dripped Blood. There's John Pertwee in this. Christopher Lee, Ingrid Pitt. Oh, some great stories. Absolutely wonderful. I love these anthology series. You can't beat them. Yeah, fantastic. Then we've got, I love this. This is The Howling. The Howling is such a good werewolf story. The transformation is great. It's obviously, I think American Werewolf in London sort of was the high point of these, but this is very good, and it's a great film. I really love this. You can't really argue with this. It's a great cover. Joe Dante, of course, great. Next one, well, I absolutely love this. This is Howling 2. I know a lot of people really don't like it for various reasons, but it's good. I enjoyed it. I did, you know. I know they say it's a terrible film, but there's Christopher Lee and there's Sybil Danning in it. I mean, she's great. I know she's not the world's greatest actress, but it works well in this, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, fantastic. It's an Arrow video release, is what I'll say. Fantastic. Then I've got Howling 3, which I love. There's Howling 3. Australian. Absolutely wonderful. Yep, I think that works well. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I love it. There are more of them, but I haven't got any more of them. Then we've got, I don't care what people say, this is one of the best vampire films there is. It's The Hunger. I mean, it's just such a wonderful film. I don't know why certain people don't like it, but there we are. Everybody's got their own tastes. There's something really special about this film. And of course, it's got, well, Catherine Deneuve in it. And she is wonderful. I love Catherine Deneuve. And of course, David Bowie's in it. It's just a great film. And this is on the premium collection edition. It's atmosphere. It's just a wonderful film. I can't say more than that, really. I love it. And then we've got here Hush. This is another British horror film, and it's rather clever as well and enjoyable. One of these indie kind of British horror films. Totally enjoyable. That's called Hush. Yeah. Then we've got Husk. Oh, yes. This is a great one as well. I love these. Well, it's an After Dark original. They came out with a lot of these films. Look at this sort of scary scarecrow. Husk. Brilliant atmosphere again. these are the sort of films you can just sit and watch and think, wow, they're just great. They're just great to watch, these horror films. Husk. Then we've got, and I love this as well, I Am Legend. Will Smith, great film. Really is. This is in 4K as well. I know some people have gone on about the special effects and the ending and all sorts. Hey, it's a great film. I don't care. I enjoyed it. And yeah, what can I say? It's a great film. Will Smith is excellent in it. Yeah, there's that one. Then we've got now this. I don't have many comedy films, particularly British ones, but I really like this one. I picked this up for about £1, and it's called I Give It a Year. It's a sort of relationship kind of film, but I don't know. I just enjoyed it, and I'm glad to have it in the collection. Then I've got this one, and this is wonderful. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I've got a lot of affection for seeing this film in the 90s. Really loved watching it. And of course, we've got Sarah Michelle Gellar in here. It's just great. Oh, and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, I can't say better than that. Right. Now, what's the next one I've got? Actually, I thought I did. It must have got out of order somewhere, but I did have that follow-up to I Know What You Did Last Summer, but I suppose it'll turn up somewhere. Yeah, these things do. Right. What have we got here? Yeah. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I was right. I knew it. I knew I just got it the wrong way around. This is I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, which I think is quite a reasonable follow-up. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a good twist. Different, just a bit different location. Yeah, I like that. I like this one. Right, and then next we have got An Idiot Abroad, Carl Pilkington. Again, it's one I picked up cheap somewhere, and I think it was online. It was about £1. I'd watched some of these, liked them, and I thought, well, why not get this? It's obviously with Ricky Gervais involved, it's bound to be good. Carl Pilkington, a great creation. It's just funny. I just love it. Then we've got, now this is a wonderful film. It's something that I just, well, Inception. Well, I love the way it builds. Everything about this film just builds up so well. I love the idea. Of course, if you're not paying attention, then some people do find it hard, I think, to pay attention. It does get rather involved. But there's no wrong in that, that viewers do have to pay attention. This is a 4K, the slipcover and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, I think it's highly recommended. I really enjoy this. Then we've got, The Incredible Hulk, the Marvel one. This is the later release, obviously, that fits into the series of films that they were doing now. It's going back a bit now, but there it is, The Incredible Hulk. Great performances. You can't argue with The Incredible Hulk. I'd love to have seen another standalone episode film. Yeah, another film of The Incredible Hulk. We have the earlier ones, which I don't think are too bad. I wouldn't mind actually having the earlier ones, but Incredible Hulk's always such a wonderful character. And I say I would definitely love to have seen, but that's not going to happen, is it? Right. And then we've got another classic on 4K. It's not got a slipcover, but I'm not fussed. It's Independence Day. You just sit back. It's really a popcorn movie, and you can't go wrong with a popcorn movie like Independence Day. It's just great. I love all the characters. It's like kind of a throwback, isn't it? When you've got all big characters that you're following, and it's great to see and enjoy, and some classic moments in it. I haven't got the sequel because I've not heard very good things about it as well. Also, Brent Spiner's in this. I just thought for Star Trek fans, he's in this as well, isn't he? Yeah. Then I've got this. I think this is brilliant. This is the original, and I think it's better than the remakes. I Spit on Your Grave. Of course, it got him notoriously involved with the video nasties thing. But there's something about it, and I kind of like the fact that you have the way it's filmed. And I know some people say it lingers, and I think it has atmosphere, and you can feel that revenge a lot, as you should do. And it's now recognised for the film it is. It's you can see it as an exploitative film, but it's a lot more than that. And I think it does work well, and you're really rooting for it. If you like revenge films, this is the best. The remakes are good, but not, I don't think, quite reach what this film has about it. I can't help but like this film. And, just the way it's filmed, something about it just adds that grimy kind of effect to it, whereas the more recent one is more, I suppose you could say, it's more glossier, and the way it's filmed. This isn't. It's grime, and I think that adds to it, especially in the subject matter. So that's I Spit on Your Grave. Then we've got Inferno. Now, Inferno, of course, is part of the trilogy of Argento. We've had Suspiria, and we've got this Inferno. Great film again. I just enjoy it. Obviously, it doesn't quite reach the heights of Suspiria, but it's a good, enjoyable sci film, and it's got style to it, which Argento always puts into it. There's a lot going for this film, and I think if you enjoy Argento, then you'll love this. Then next, I've got an absolute classic. Now, as you can see on this, it's in German, I think. I got this a long time ago. I think there wasn't a release of this on Blu-ray when I got this. This is the original Don Siegel Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Always love this one. It has that 1950s paranoia feel. Great film, and I do love the remake as well. I think they're both equally as good. A lot of people may in fact choose the remake, and I can see why. I kind of like this one as well. The old black and white Invasion of the Body Snatchers of that era, and so naturally, of course, I go on to Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Donald Sutherland starring, and well, yeah, you see that there, fantastic. Lot of extras on there. It's a great film, and I think there is a 4K now. In fact, of both of them, but I haven't upgraded. I've been quite happy with these. Yeah, they're highly recommended. If you're into sci-fi, these are standard films that, well, are just essential in your collection. And then next, I've got, now this I think surprised a lot of people, and I think it's a wonderful film. The Invisible Man, the remake of The Invisible Man. You could almost hear the critics sharpening their knives, thinking, "Oh no, what have they done?" But they turned out something which was absolutely fantastic. Just something about this film. It's a film I've watched actually quite a few times because it just captures something that I really enjoy. It's so enjoyable and keeps you going. And, even on repeated viewings, I'm still really tense. There's loads of scenes in here that are filled with tension. The performance is, well, it's just amazing. She's a great performance. What can I say? She's great, and I can't think of a name of the actress at the moment. But Elizabeth Moss. Elizabeth Moss. She is just fantastic. So believable. It really is. Right, then what have we got next? Yes, we have got this. Look at this. Iron Man. It's the 4K box set with all three films in. A lot of people have their opinions about which is the weakest, which is the best. I think I would put Captain America as the first lot of really good films, and then I would put this Iron Man. Iron Man, particularly the first film, just really stands out for me. And I think they're all enjoyable. The role just seems perfect for him. He's so good. He just adds so much. I love that. I love that. Just that is just great. They're films that you want to watch more and more, I think, which you don't now. Nowadays, Marvel, you don't seem to want to watch them like you do in olden days, as they say. But yeah, that's a wonderful trilogy. I really enjoy it. That's the Iron Man trilogy. And then we've got, I've got a real soft spot for this because I remember watching this, and then I think I had it on VHS, DVD, and finally got it on Blu-ray. This is it. This is just, I know it was a TV adaptation, but well, what can I say? Tim Curry is just fantastic. It's, I don't know, there's something about it I really like. I think the children are good, even the adults, I think. I think, actually, the children are good in the cinematic version. But I think the adults are better in this. Yeah, I do. I really like the story, the way they put it together as an it's extended and it's all put together really well. And fantastic. And you just look at that image. Look at that. Brilliant. You just can't get over that. So we'll get to the film versions. Actually, that's a great image as well. It's the first one, part one. That's in the slip cover. As I say, I think the children are so good in this. They match the children with the TV one. You see that I love that balloon as well. It's just incredible. Oh yes, incredible. That then I think the second one, I don't know. Where's a good image? That's a really good image, isn't it? And that one, I just think the adults kind of let it down a bit more. Pennywise is good. I mean, Pennywise, many ways, people would argue Pennywise in this is just as good, if not better, than the Tim Curry one. But I don't think so. I don't. I don't really. I just love it. Yeah, I really do. His image, but it's the adults. They just let this film down. I think the acting. Some people actually have said they really like it, but I just felt a little bit let down by it. I don't think it's. I know people think the great reveal in the TV one is really bad and with CGI, but I can get over that. I just think the adults are better. But say the children are so good. Anyway, I'm going on a bit there, aren't I? Right. Now, this is my favourite. I haven't seen that many Quentin Tarantino films, which I should do. But Jackie Brown, amazing film. And of course, it's got Pam Grier in, so it's bound to be good. I know I'm a bit biased there, but yeah. And De Niro's good in this because he's playing a character who's slightly different to what we expect from him. And I think it's good. Yeah, I do. I think there'll be a 4K release coming of this soon. Yeah. In fact, I don't even know now if you can get this on Blu-ray, whether it's gone out of print. But yeah, that is definitely going to happen. Samuel L. Jackson, of course, is just Samuel L. Jackson. You can't argue with him, can you? Then I'm here now. We're on, you see, with the way I do it digitally in alphabetical order, we're on to James Bond films. Oh, yes. Here we are. So I've got every James Bond film, and they'll go on to the 10th shelf. But let's get going with the very first one, Dr. No. One of my favourites. The very first one is just fantastic. It really sets the marker of the series. Of course, Ursula Andress is fantastic. Sean Connery immediately establishes himself. Excellent. So that's Dr. No. Then From Russia with Love, which is a more sort of less sort of fantasy element in that. It's still good, though I tend to like more fantasy elements. A lot of people like this a lot because of that, maybe. Harking back to, well, not harking forward if you want to, not backwards, to what they like in terms of the Daniel Craig James Bond. But that's From Russia with Love. Then we've got this Goldfinger. I think for some reason, this was at one time the probably most popular quoted James Bond film. But I think it has fallen down a little bit over years as the whole Bond catalogue has been reassessed. For me, it's still got all those wonderful things in it. Of course, the car and the villains, Goldfinger, some great little quotes. I just kind of feel it as something that Bond is all about, really. You've got a mixture of the fantasy elements, but you've also got these spy, secret agent things. the villains. Oh, and of course, Honor Blackman in it. I forgot Honor Blackman. Yeah. Oh, yes, Honor Blackman as Pussy Galore. I mean, that name, it's almost like the Carry On thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Shirley Eaton as well in here. Carry On film. Yep. Oh, yes. Fantastic. That's Goldfinger. And then we've got Thunderball. Yes, it's a good, solid James Bond film. I think maybe after Goldfinger, it kind of suffered. People thinking, well, it's not quite as good as Goldfinger, but there's some good things in this. Yeah, it's an enjoyable one. Yeah. Then we've got perhaps my favourite of James Bond, Sean Connery period is You Only Live Twice. I did a review on this about how much I loved it because it was effectively the first James Bond film I saw at the cinema on release. My dad took me, and I just thought it was fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. It's got Donald Pleasance in. It's got the fantasy of the in the volcano. Just everything, with those space rockets and you love having a villain like Donald Pleasant plays. Just he's so good, isn't he? He plays Blofeld, probably one of the best I've seen. He's just great, and this film is for me one of the best. Then we've got another one which I absolutely love for a lot of reasons, and a lot of people now rate it highly. It's On Her Majesty's Secret Service. It just has something special about it. The story. We've got Telly Savalas this time as well. He's good. I enjoy Telly Savalas. Of course, got Dinah Rigg. Yeah. Yeah, Dinah Rigg. Oh, fantastic! She's just fantastic. She's in this. Yes, Dinah Rigg. I know I keep mentioning. I won't mention it. Dinah Rigg. Yes, Dinah Rigg is in this. And Lazenby, he's not as bad as people have put out. That they say he's a bit wooden, but he's okay. He's not as bad as people have. But this film is great. Then we've got, I think a lot of people think this is perhaps the worst of the Sean Connery films. Diamonds Are Forever. But I can see a lot of pluses in it. It's not the worst. It's definitely not the worst Bond film at all. It's got a great theme tune. I'm saying, well, and there are some great stunts and some good things in it. And I know people think he looks like he's just there for the money and he's just going through the motions. And maybe there is a little bit of that in it, but I think it's still enjoyable. You got the villains, you got everybody. It's just a good film. It's not a bad film, but I know it's not the best. But it's I can watch this, still watch it and be entertained by it. That's Diamonds Are Forever. Then we've got, I've got in a slipcover, which is perhaps one of my favourite Roger Moore films, which is Live and Let Die. Absolutely fantastic. This film just captured something because it's a new James Bond with Roger Moore debuting, and he's fantastic in it. And there's a slightly different feel to this film. It's almost got it has got the sort of black exploitation films element in it, which is really good. Jane Seymour is great in this. I like the voodoo element. I think there's a lot of good things in this, and I think maybe this needs to be big it up. It will actually. I don't think I've done a review of this. I may well get around to doing a review of this because it really is one of my favourites. Yeah. Then we've got The Man with the Golden Gun. Now, The Man with the Golden Gun is interesting. It's got Christopher Lee, and Christopher Lee really elevates the role as the villain. He's good as the villain. Um, there are disappointments, perhaps, in this film. You almost feel there are problems, but it's enjoyable, and I'm not going to knock it for that. You can just sit and enjoy this like all these James Bond films, and that's what I do. Watching Christopher Lee is always going to be a good option. So, it's for that, it's well worth it. So that's The Man with the Golden Gun. Then we've got what many people believe to be Roger Moore's finest moment in the whole films. It's The Spy Who Loves Me. It is good. I can't deny. I find this film fantastic. You got Barbara Bach. Ringo Starr's wife. You've got it's just gone for a moment. Brett Eklund, that's it, Brett Eklund. There's something about this film. It just really, the locations, the story, the humor. There's more humor as well in this. There's certain, but it's not out of control. The humor. Roger Moore's just at his height, you could say, playing James Bond. He's so comfortable in the role, and it's a good story. It's good. It's enjoyable, and a lot of great Bond moments in it. Then we've got For Your Eyes Only, which is a more step away from the fantasy elements. It brings back about linking it with the death of his wife in the Lazenby film On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Yeah, it harks back to that. And Bond is in a more melancholy kind of mood. It's a more sort of, I suppose, less fantasy elements within this, which goes forward. And I always say back forward to, Daniel Craig era. All through, you can see links to that. But, I do love the fantasy elements a lot. You perhaps don't get that in. But it's still a good film. And I actually love the theme tune. Yes, I know. Yeah, it's Sheena Easton, For Your Eyes Only. And then finally on this shelf, we've got Moonraker. Yeah, I think a lot of people really enjoy this now. At the time, people thought it was Bond getting silly, as they called it. It's not. No, I think now we reassess it and think, well, it's good. It's an enjoyable film. I enjoyed it. Space, I'm always in anyhow. So, space, time travel, I'm in. Yeah. Here we are. It's Moonraker. So, that's it. That's my look through the ninth shelf. And the next one will be the 10th shelf in a few weeks' time. You'll be seeing that. Yes. So, if you're new to this and have enjoyed this video, please subscribe. And you can also look back on my playlist to see all the videos I've done going through my collection. If you like it, please give it a like. It costs note and it helps with algorithms and all that sort of stuff. And there we are, really. If you've got any comments, please put your comments. I always answer your comments. I always love to hear what you have to think. And, well, that's it. So, all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.